First step to the front end swap is start removing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the phone on the tripod and start removing a bunch of parts. Probably gonna start off with the grill, headlights, the bumper, then I'll work to the inner fender liners, and then the fenders, and then the hood, and then should be good to start working on getting the inner fender frame supports out and get the new ones in, as well as I do have a bunch of baggies with some tape on the front of them, and I will be throwing all the bolts and labeling them as I go, so that way when I go to put this front end conversion on the truck, I'll have my hardware for it. Now it is a 4th gen going to 5th gen. I don't know if the hardware is going to be all there when I do this, so I'm hoping I'll have all the hardware for it. If not, I'll just have to go to the dealer during the day when they're open and get the hardware that I need. But yeah, let's get to pulling this bad boy apart. All right, so fenders are off, bumper, grill, headlights are out, coolant is draining, passenger battery tray is out. Marked a couple of the plugs just so I remember what I've unplugged, but it is getting there. Use my empty container that is suctioned to empty out all of the Freon, so that way it doesn't go out into the atmosphere. So I got to get that taken out, and then yeah, let's just keep moving forward. So current state, radiators are out, intercoolers out. I did leave the AC condenser plumbed up. From what it looks like is, once I can disconnect it from right there, it's not going to be connected to the, tomorrow I'm going to do the driver's side for the fuse box, battery tray, and anything that's on these bars I need to take off. So on this side it looks like I have one ground, and also one ground on this one as well, but another one right there, and then I just have some wires connected. So yeah, it's coming along, and we're gonna end this night, so see you guys in the morning. So this entire time I thought my phone was on time lapse, and it wasn't. I didn't hit the button, so kind of sucks that I didn't get it. But test fitting it, it's into the slots, and battery tray is out. Everything is bungeed over, holding itself up, and body lines are pretty nice. They're not perfect, but just for a slap on real quick and two bolts holding it up. There's definitely a lot of room for adjustment. And bolt there. But yeah, let's continue on. So I went ahead and just shot the color on the hood hinges and their core supports or fender supports, just so that way when you look under the hood you'll see the blue at least. So yeah, might as well do this now while they're off so I don't have to tape up an engine and whatnot. So this made my life easier. When I do the final welding and whatnot, I will have to scratch it a little bit, but that's okay. I can always just touch it up with some touch-up paint and after I weld it. So yeah, while these dry, I guess we'll move on to the next thing. So this is what I'm working with for the next week. I had to put up this tarp and I cut out some little wind holes so that way it doesn't rip all the screws or rip the fabric from the screws and whatnot. But definitely chose a wrong week to be able to do this, but I had no choice. I had to get it going. The weather is just gonna be awful. So still fighting with rain. Now don't have power. It's flooding out here. Very annoying. Of course, when I need to do something, it always does this. Like my crew cab, when I built that, I was building it under hip deep of water. So it's my luck. But got this tacked in on this side, this mount, and I have to do the other side. But I can't do anything now because I have no power. Okay, so mounts are tacked in. I also went ahead and threw the hood on. So we got the fenders on and bolted in place, starting to align everything. It goes down. Got nice even body gaps all around. Nothing that's not bolted in, I gotta bolt that in. And the same with this side. Twist this thing up. Get this thing up a little bit more. This fender could come out a little bit right here. Get these body gaps over here really nice. Now, time to get the grill on, and then I can go ahead and fully weld everything. Man, is this a good site right here. Everything is all mocked up and it is now ready for final welding on the fender support bars and the radiator support frame brackets.
Meanwhile,
update, it just didn't stop, and now, all right, so I got the rails all welded in on both sides. and everything is all welded up. And now it is all bolted in. I am going to back it up because it's got a lot of, even though I am painting this truck, I want to get all this raw metal off my suspension and off all the paint and whatnot. So I'm gonna throw the battery in it and start her up and push her back a little bit and then give her a quick bath. First look, seeing it somewhat not crammed up into this little pavilion I have. Sure is a fit gun now. She's all clean. Time to move it back into its resting area. So as you saw, I went ahead and just hosed down the ground, get most of that dirt away. I can't wait to get rid of this black because it's always been like a weird brownish black color. I don't know if you guys can see it, like how I can see it with my eyes, but this truck's been painted before. It was originally black and someone painted it black again. It is fully welded in, ready for me to start the bodywork. I think there might be only 2-3 dents in the whole truck. They're very slightly visible. I could kind of see it. There's one in the door right over here, but it's ever so slightly. And the same with this side. There is a weird wave right here, maybe from someone leaning up on it, and it just, I don't know. I can get it out though, but yeah, so let's move on to the next day. So I went and grabbed the new brackets from the dealer for the intercooler, got it mounted in. It's only rusting in there right now. The power steering cooler, I said this was an oil cooler. It's actually the power steering cooler. I need to figure out where it bolts to. I need to get the newer intercooler, lower or driver's side put in, and I have the passenger side one, but I'm doing the second gen swap, turbo swap, so it's honestly not really needed. I might throw it on just for now until I do the second gen swap, but yeah, so again, that's in. So radiator is in. I ended up using my original power steering cooler because that one is for gasser apparently, and is routed differently, and I would have to get different lines. And then I also got a new one that also requires different lines, but with just slightly bending this one, I can go ahead and also drill out 4 holes and put some rib nuts in this, and then place this right here. It's not touching anything. All the fins aren't touching anything, and it's pretty loose. It's not like it's like resisting to be right here. So that is gonna go there, and I won't have to spend the $300 on 2 power steering lines on top of the $150 for the cooler that I can now take back. But so yeah, so I drilled a 3/8 hole into it, insert the nutsert, and you put it on, and then you obviously squeeze it and whatnot, and then it crunches. You can see the thickness of it, how it has gone down, if you've never seen these before, but it sandwiches in between the metal. So now it is locked in there and it's not coming out. Pretty much what they use from the factory. Pretty cool. That thing is in there. It's got rubber bushings as well, so it can flex a little bit, but it is not going anywhere. Cool. Another thing done. Now, I am waiting on radiator hoses, but I did go to the auto parts store and got some universal ones. Well, universal to me because I just went into the back and just started looking at the shapes and whatnot. I did end up finding this bottom one. Now, a 2010, this is a 14, a 2010 one would have worked because on this 14 it's got the dual had the dual radiators. So I went and got a hose for a 2010, which is just a straight 90, but it was like 2 inches too short on this end, so I needed to be pushed over that way. So I did go and I found this one, and it looks like it might just work. So if it does work, then I don't have to spend $150 at the dealership for the 2 hoses, because auto parts stores don't sell the hoses for a 2019 plus Ram. So yeah. So I ended up pulling the whole front clip back off, body panel wise, grill, bumper, and all that. Next, you can kind of already see it. Next video will be the second gen swap, and I took everything off just so I had more room to work with doing the second gen swap, but that is going to be in the next video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this part of the series of assembling the front end of this truck to be a 5th gen. Again, next video we'll be doing the second gen swap, and then the following video will be the sanding down the truck and getting it ready for paint. So that is going to do it for this video. So please like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and I will see you in the next one.
Up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it